Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to today's noon workshop for our Charlie Mike Continue Mission series. Today we'll be focusing on financial aid and scholarships, as well as touching up a little bit on the educational benefits. So I thank you for joining us, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay. So can you see this screen?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so today we're talking about federal student aid and VA education benefits, as well as scholarships. We are the Veterans Resource Center at ELAC, and my name is Jessica Peak. I am the Veterans Counselor and the VRC Director. I've been with the VRC for the past 8 years as a counselor and coordinator, and I'm happy to present this information to new students or even to continuing students who have not been accessing their opportunities for financial aid or education benefits or even scholarships. So if this is new to you, I'm very happy that you are tuning in to watch this. And if this is information you already know, well, this is information that you're reminded of, and hopefully you can also pass it on to others. So let's go ahead and review the basic eligibility for financial aid. So essentially, if you are attending ELAC, you do have the opportunity to apply for financial aid. Now, financial aid is going to be needs-based, so they will be determining your need once you submit your FAFSA application. So when they determine that need, they are going to, first of all, look to see that you do have a high school diploma or GED certificate, that you're working towards a degree or eligible certificate program. Now, all of our programs that earn you an associate's degree or a certificate are considered eligible programs for financial aid. If you are taking a non-credit course, however, that is not going to be make you eligible for financial aid. So the courses that you take do have to be leading towards a program, and the majority of our courses that have unit and a unit weight to it are going to be eligible. Always meet with the counselor though to find out. These are answers that we can, questions we can help answer for you. You must be a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or AB 540 student. You must have a valid social security number and maintain a satisfactory academic progress of being pretty much in good standing with a 2.0 or higher, or make sure that you're not on any type of progress probation. So you have to make sure that you're passing more than 50% of the courses that you are attempting to take. And it is recommended to have a comprehensive education plan on file, just because you want to make sure that you are taking the courses that you need to finish up to get to the goal that you desire to achieve. But at the same time, you want to have that comprehensive education plan so you yourself know when you're going to be done. When do you plan to transfer out? When do you plan to get your associate's degree? If you're using VA benefits, you actually have to have a comprehensive education plan on file. It is mandatory to have that plan on file. So it's not recommended if you are using VA benefits. And in fact, it is required to have that comprehensive ed plan. And that comprehensive ed plan is going to work towards you receiving financial aid benefits as well as VA education benefits. So financially for FAFSA applicants. So what can you get once you apply for financial aid? Well, you can get free gift aid. So with free gift aid, it's basically aid that's given to you, and it is definitely money that you do not have to pay back. So that's hence where it comes in as a gift. Okay, so it's free money. And who doesn't want free money if they're eligible for it? So we do have the California College Promise Grant. That was formerly known as the BOG fee waiver. So if you happen to have attended ELAC prior to maybe 3 years back, or even 2 years back, our current CCPG is the bog fee waiver. It just got replaced essentially. There are grants. We have federal, state, and institutional and private grants that we offer. Again, grants is free money, and the amount awarded through grant money, it's going to vary from person to person. So while your friend may receive a certain amount of money in grants, it's going to be different for you. So everyone's going to be given their own award money based on their own need that's reported. Scholarships can be institutional. So maybe ELAC, we have a ton of scholarships that we offer, and some of them don't even get used because people don't apply for them. So you want to make sure that you look up the scholarships on our ELAC website. If you go to our ELAC Foundation, you'll see a list of all the scholarships. And also, if you go onto the financial aid office, there are links to different scholarships there as well. So you want to make sure that you're looking at those different types of scholarships offered through ELAC. And of course, there's private scholarships. So sometimes there are organizations out there, like different banks, different industries, corporations that will offer private scholarships to students who are, out there wanting that opportunity to get some support while attending college. Now, with self-help aid, essentially you have loans and work study. So loans is not free money, just like in, the real world. With a loan, you have to pay it back. So that's exactly what FAFSA loans are as well. So there's federal and private loans. You can take them out. You can use them while you're in school, but eventually, once you are not attending school any longer, you are going to have to pay those loans back. I only encourage you to use a loan while at a community college if you absolutely need it. If you don't need it, don't use it. So financial aid may offer you a loan, and they also may offer you grants. You can accept the grants and you can decline the loans. So you don't have to decline the entire package, both grants and loans, if you don't want the loans. So just know that if you don't need it in terms of loans, don't take out loans. Save that for later in case the need is greater later on. And then there's also work study. So with work study, there could be federal work study and there could be institutional work study. You can get federal work study through your financial aid application. When you're filling out your financial aid application, make sure you mark the box where it's asking you if you plan to, or if you're interested in doing work study. So when you're doing work study, you're essentially working on campus. You'll be working at ELAC. You can work up to 20 hours per week, and financial aid will give you a certain amount of money. So based on minimum wage, you pretty much work those hours up until you've used up your entire award package for federal work study. There's also VA work study. So VA work study is a completely separate process from financial aid. It's not connected at all. But if you are using your VA educational benefits, whether you're a veteran, whether you're still serving, or even if you're a dependent, you could be eligible to use VA work study if you're enrolled in 9 units or more. So with VA work study, the difference here is that you're not necessarily given a certain amount of money. You're given hours that you can work. You can work up to 25 hours per week. You are given minimum wage, but the minimum wage is non-taxable. So that's pretty cool, just because you get the entire sum, to deposited to your account. So if you're interested in work study, ask the VRC. We can let you know if we're looking for any work study, or if we're not, we can keep you in mind in case any need for VA work study pops up for our office. The types of financial aid for FAFSA applicants. We talked about the grants, we talked about loans, and then there's also the others. But a little bit more specifically, let's look at grants. So there's Pell Grants. Pell Grants can be awards of up to $6,345. There's the SEOG, which is up to $500. Cal Grant A, there's Cal Grant B, there's Cal Grant C. Now, as you can see between those three, the A, B, and C, there are limits. So for Cal Grants A and B, you can use it for up to 4 years, whereas with Cal Grant C, you use it up to 2 years. So this is where you have to think about some planning. Should you use Cal Grant C now? Should you save that one for maybe after you transfer and get that Cal Grant C in later when you're finishing up your 2 years at a university? Should you start maybe Cal Grant A and B now? Because if you look at your ed plan and you look at the requirements for after transfer, if it looks like it's going to be up to 4 years, then maybe you can use Cal Grant A and B now. So it's definitely going to require planning. If you're interested in looking at how to plan, talk to the VRC and we can connect you with a financial aid representative or counselor. Student Success Completion Grant, that one is up to $4,000. The Chafee Grant, up to $5,000 for current and foster youth between 16 and 18 years old. Now with loans, there are federal subsidized direct loans up to $3,500 or $4,500 can be offered to you. And then federal unsubsidized direct loans, $2,000 or $6,000 max. Now with other, we talked about the fee waiver. We talked about federal work study. Outside scholarships. You want to take a look at the website fastweb.com. Now this scholarship website will give you a whole lot of other opportunities and in terms of applying for scholarships that are out there and outside of ELAC. So fastweb.com is definitely a great resource for you online to take a look at the many scholarships outside of, you know, just within our local area even to see what you might want to apply for. And then internal scholarships, like I mentioned, the ELAC Foundation, look them up on our website, the ELAC Foundation website, just Google it. And you'll find the different listing of ELAC scholarships available to ELAC students only. So how do student success grants work? So you must have a full-time enrollment and receive Cal Grant B or C. So if you enroll in 12 to 14.99 units, they're looking at $649 per term, the approximate cost. This would be for tuition only for fall and spring. So if they go off of those number of units per term, then you're looking at a package of 24 to 28.98 units per year. So with the Pell Grant, you're looking at a package of or offer $6,345. Cal Grant B would be $1,672. This grant would be $1,298, and the Promise Grant would be $1,196, which pretty much covers your tuition as well. So your estimated amount of money that you would be getting would be $10,511 worth of all free money, because this here is there are no loans here. So $10,511 is a pretty good amount of money to get for free to attend school. Now, if you take a look with Cal Grant C, the two-year grant, your estimated package would be $9,933. Now, if we look at the right, if you enroll in 15 units or more, and you're looking to spend about $2,000 per term for fall and spring, you'll be taking about 30 units per year. And this is what your package would look like. 13,000. Uh-oh, I don't know how to go back. Uh-oh. Hold on just a second. Uh-oh. I don't have a back button here. I just keep going forward. I think I'm just going to have to go all the way forward. I'm so sorry. I apologize for this. Okay, let me find where I was. I'm so sorry. Okay, there I am. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So your estimated amount package would be $13,213 if you're taking about 30 units per year. And that's with Cal Grant B. And with Cal Grant C, you're looking at an estimated value of $12,635 with your award package. These are all estimates because, as I mentioned earlier, it's always going to be case by case in terms of your need. No one's going to have an exact package. So it's always case by case based on your need. I want to point out that as veterans attending ELAC, even as a dependent attending ELAC, or a current service member in the reserves attending ELAC, let's just say that you wanted to use financial aid, but at the same time, you also are conflicted about using your VA education benefits. Just so you know, you can use your VA education benefits at the same time as using financial aid. You definitely can use them together. But just as I mentioned earlier, you need to also look at the timing and the investment of these benefits that you have. So you certainly would not want to exhaust all of your GI Bill if you start using it now. You want to make sure that you are saving it for after transfer too, that you have some left for after transfer. So what some students might do is they might use financial aid here at ELAC, for example, and then once they transfer, they'll start using their GI Bill. Or they'll save their GI Bill for grad school, because at grad school, there are no more grants, such as the Cal Grant B, Cal Grant C. There are no more grants. Everything will be loan-based. So any kind of aid you are given at the graduate level is going to be all money you have to pay back. So many times our veterans will consider saving your GI Bill for graduate school. That way, you're looking at your benefits as an investment instead, and you finish grad school debt free. So that's another way to plan in terms of your benefits and financial aid. Some of our students will use both at the same time from the very beginning, because some students may only want to finish at the associate's degree, or perhaps you're looking at your educational plan and you realize that you're going to be able to finish everything in 4 years. And so it's about planning and timing. Your GI Bill is 36 months. If you're going to use it concurrently with financial aid at the start of enrolling in school, or save it for later, do know that either of those options, you can use both at the same time. You can use both together. Your GI Bill also is not considered income. So if you do apply for financial aid, if you are reporting using your VA educational benefits, or even any disability claims and compensation for those claims, that's not considered income. So some of our veterans think, oh, I can't apply for financial aid because I'm making way too much money every month. And that's not true if you're only relying on your GI Bill and your disability claim compensation. So I would encourage you to apply for financial aid. If you're not sure if you should use it or not, talk to a counselor. Reach out. You can ask me. You can talk to Sal Mario about it as well. But definitely, you want to make that decision about when you should use which benefit and at what time you should use that benefit. So the free money is out there for you in terms of financial aid, and your earned benefits are there for you in terms of your VA education benefits. You just have to figure out, will you use them together? Will you use them separately? Will you use them now, or save them for later? So definitely a conversation you want to have with someone if you're absolutely not sure what to do with all of these benefits. Other scholarship opportunities. So I did mention FastWeb in the last couple slides. And so FastWeb, again, it's a really great website to look up all different scholarship opportunities. You can also go to the collegeboard.com, scholarships.com, studentscholarshipsearch.com, and of course, financialaid.org. AB 540 students, you want to look up some of these other resources, LatinoCollegeDollars.org, MALDEF.org, and HSF.net. What's very important to know, though, is to beware of scholarship and financial aid services that ask for a fee or charge. You never want to use those services. Same goes for any services out there that promise to help veterans or work with veterans or file your claim faster, but in return they charge you, or they get a little bit of a percentage. You want to be aware of those organizations. So same thing holds true for these scholarship opportunities. Beware of those organizations that are charging you, because you shouldn't have to be paying for any of this. This should all be free for any type of application or service. All students that receive federal or state financial aid are subject to satisfactory academic progress. So basically, students must complete course requirements within 150% of their program. Attempted units include A's, B's, C's, D's, withdrawals, incomplete, pass, no pass, credit, no credit, and F grades. So examples of this, basically. Student is pursuing an AA degree and the program unit requirement is 60 units. Therefore, student must complete the program by 90 units. Otherwise, students will be disqualified if attempts to enroll in more than 90 units. So this is, again, why it's so important for you to meet with the counselor and develop an educational plan, a student ed plan. Because A, you want to make sure you're only taking classes that you need. B, you want to make sure that if you change your major, you're changing that major and, again, only taking classes that you need to complete that major. I see it very often, in fact, where a student will have more than 90 units. And you might think, whoa, 90 units, how did they get that high? Well, sometimes you see even more than that. And that's because people change their major. It happens. Sometimes it also happens where, students may not pass their courses the first time and they have to repeat their courses. So it happens. Just keep working with the counselor, make sure that you are tracking your progress, make sure that you are passing your courses, and that you're not disqualifying yourself from this huge opportunity of financial aid. So keep those units under the 90 if you can. Work with the counselor from the very start. A student is pursuing a 36-unit certificate program. Therefore, students must complete the program by 54 units. Otherwise, students will be disqualified if attempts to enroll in more than 54 units. So essentially, this is the same as the AA degree example above. If you are taking requirements to meet a certificate program and it's only 36 units, by the time you get to 54 units, financial aid is going to cut you off. For both of these examples, though, a student can always appeal. They can always explain, hey, the reason why I have so many units is because I'm a STEM major and I have to take all of these additional prerequisite classes to get to the requirements I need. And that's why I have excessive number of units. You can appeal it. Financial aid will consider it. And oftentimes, they may go ahead and accept your appeal and you'll get your financial aid money again. So again, work with the counselor. If you ever have to do an appeal, you'll have to work with the counselor because we'll need to give you an updated student educational plan to submit with your appeal petition. So you've applied for financial aid and now you're wondering, how do I receive my money? Well, you'll receive an email to your LACCD account to let you know that the envelope is on its way. Your LACCD account email is so important, whether it's for financial aid purposes or it's from, to receive VRC reminders, VRC newsletters. You must be checking your LACCD account. The email account, we will not be sending emails to you, to your personal email. At least financial aid will not, admissions will not, the district will not. They will send all those important emails to your LACCD account. So you don't want to miss anything. Definitely don't want to miss out on important information. So make sure you're checking your account. You want to go to this link here, my LACCD card, and click on Get Started. Locate your personal code found inside the envelope. It will look like that example there. Select how you would like to receive your money via Bank Mobile Vibe account or to another account. So you can have your your money transferred into your regular banking account. Complete your profile. You will be notified by Bank Mobile by email as of when your refund will arrive. So Bank Mobile will send an envelope to the current mailing address in admissions. So on top of checking your LACCD email account, you also have to make sure that admissions has your current mailing address. Because the last thing you need is for your Bank Mobile envelope to be sent to the new person, new resident living at your previous address. So you're not going to see your money at that point. You're going to have to do some research and find out, what happened, where did it go, have you received the envelope? So make sure that our campus admissions has an updated mailing address for you. To check your financial aid status, you want to log into your student portal at mycollege.laccd.edu. Once you've logged in, you're going to make sure that you check here for to-dos, lists, and holds. You want to check here for awards. This little guy with a red gown and the graduation cap and some money. And then you want to check here for overpayments. Okay, so this would be your student account, and any kind of overpayments will be in here. Sometimes our veterans will receive notifications saying that they have an overpayment, that they owe money. You want to make sure that you let us know, especially if you're using your VA education benefits, because we want to make sure we clear that up. Sometimes the communication between the VA to us, to our fiscal office, isn't as fast. And so in our account for you may reflect that there is money that's owed when in fact there shouldn't be. So you want to make sure that if you do see that you owe any amount, come to the VRC, let our school certifying official know, and our SCO will go ahead and contact fiscal office for you and get that hold lifted. So make sure you let us know if you run into any of those issues. Financial aid office services. So currently they are still doing live chat. They are also open in person too, to help you out with those questions in case you need to come and talk to someone in person if that's more comfortable for you. You can also email them directly to financialaid@elac.edu, and responses are provided within 72 hours. If all else fails, you've reached out to financial aid, you still haven't heard back, it's been that 72 hours, or maybe you're on live chat and it's just taken too long, please let me know. So you can always contact me. I'm Jessica Peak, peakj@elac.edu. Again, peakj@elac.edu, and I will connect you directly to someone in financial aid. So make sure that you just, don't give up. If you can't reach out, you can't connect with them, remember that a lot of us are still trying to catch up with being, online for so long. And so trying to transition into these in-person services. So we have our hands full, but I don't want you to give up. And that is not an excuse either on our end. I just want to make sure you get connected. So reach out and let me know in case that connection is a little bit difficult for you. So, a few questions. Can a student use federal financial aid and VA education benefits at the same time? Someone answer that, please. Unmute yourself and answer that.
Yes.
Let's see. The answer is yes, absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, you can use both your entitlement from service, your GI Bill, Chapter 31, 1606. You can use all the different chapters at the same time as using free financial aid money. Should you use both federal student aid and VA educational benefits together while at ELAC? Don't answer that one, because the answer is strictly case by case and completely up to you. Everyone's situation is going to be different. So here's some factors to consider when making this decision. How long will it take you to complete your educational goal? So, will you be earning your AA degree, transferring to a four-year university, or both? If you're transferring to a private four-year university, think about the Yellow Ribbon program for post 9/11. So you have to think about the length of time it's going to take you to complete your entire program between ELAC and also considering the additional 2 years you'll have at the university after you transfer and leave ELAC. Do you plan to attend grad school after completing a BA or BS degree? So I mentioned this earlier, federal student aid at the graduate level, it's all loans, loans, and more loans. There are no more grants. So consider saving your VA education benefits for post-grad degrees and using federal student aid for your undergraduate studies. How much time remaining do you have on your VA education benefits? Well, 36 months is the general length of entitlement. Eligible STEM students can apply for a 9-month post 9/11 scholarship, undergrad studies only. You can't take this to the graduate level. It's called the VA Edith North STEM Scholarship. So if you are a STEM student, you get the 9 months on top of your 36 months to be able to continue using your VA educational benefits. So these are definitely factors to consider when you're trying to decide, should I use my financial aid together with my GI Bill? Considering some grants also are going to be 2-year terms, some are 4-year terms. It's a lot of planning. And like I said, talk to a counselor about it. Talk to a counselor, reach out to me, reach out to Sal Murillo. If we can't help you, we'll send you over to the experts over at Financial Aid, where you can have a deeper conversation with them about your options. So here's some other ways to fund your education to think about. Now, Chapter 31, it's called the Veteran Readiness and Employment Program. A lot of our veterans may have heard of this program before, where it used to be folk rehab. So it's the same program, just a different name. So with VRNE, as I will refer to it, VRNE is a 48-month training and employment program for veterans with service-connected disabilities. You do need at least a 10% service-connected disability rating to apply, and you would submit your claims with the LA County VSO. Our LA County VSO is Raimundo Borjon, and his email address is located there. I highly recommend that if you are considering getting your claims put in, make sure that you put them in with Raimundo as soon as possible. Make sure you try to do it within your first year of discharge. If it's been more than a year since you separated from service, don't let that hold you back. You still need to go ahead and put in those claims. I highly recommend it. But the longer you wait to put in a claim, the more likely that your claims will be connected to your lifestyle. So the sooner you do it, the closest it is to your separation, then the easier it is to justify that these claims are definitely service connected. So Chapter 31, it's definitely a way to add to your 36 months. And also another thing too, if you have more questions about Chapter 31, we are going to be having a presentation last Wednesday of September as part of our Charlie Mike series, where we are going to be exploring Chapter 31, and we will have a guest speaker from Chapter 31 who will be able to answer many of your questions and basically focus on the mystery behind Chapter 31 and when to apply, how to apply, and all of those great details you need to know to understand Chapter 31 if it's right for you. There's also the California State Department of Rehabilitation, DOR program. Now this DOR program, it's kind of similar to Chapter 31, only DOR, it is not meant for veterans only. So it is meant for the general population. So you do have to have a documented disability. That is a requirement, but it does not need to be service connected. So if you do have disabilities, but they're not service connected, then this program would be for you. So DOR would be very same, where they're going to go ahead and they'll work with you if you apply, if you're approved for the program. then they will go ahead and support you by paying for your training program, which would mean maybe it might be a bachelor's degree if they determine you need that for employment. Maybe it might be a master's degree if they feel you need it for employment. So, so it's definitely a great program that will pay for your tuition, pay for your books, pay for your equipment, laptops, anything that you may need. It's a great program, the DOR. Scholarships. We also have a few scholarships listed on our VRC website. It's right there listed, the website. And then the CalVet fee waiver. This one is for eligible dependents only, but they do get free tuition to California community colleges, UCs, and the Cal State University system. Now, if you are a veteran and you have not put in your disability claims and you're hesitant, or you may think, I don't have any disabilities, I don't need to do it. But if you have children, if you submit a disability claim, and even if that claim comes up as a 0% disability rating, your children will be able to attend any California community college, any UC, and any Cal State University for free. So I highly recommend that any and all veterans apply for that, for a disability claim. Put in a disability claim only because if you do have children or plan to have children in the future, this CalVet fee waiver will, it's another investment basically, because you won't be putting in any money towards your children's college fund. It will all come from the CalVet fee waiver to pay for all of their courses. And that's pretty awesome. California College Promise, anyone can apply free tuition for the California community colleges. So how to apply federal student aid and VA education benefits. So let's say you've heard all this information, you're thinking, okay, I'm interested in applying for federal student aid. Okay, so you'd have to fill out the FAFSA application. You would go to www.studentaid.gov. The dates to remember, October 1st, that's coming up. Applications will open for the following year. So right now we're in the 2021 and 2022 season. So October 1st, however, you'll be applying for 2022, 2023. So March 2nd is the priority consideration deadline. So you want to apply between October 1st and March 2nd to be given that priority with all of the money that's available. By June 30th, it's the final deadline to apply for that school year. So you won't be able to apply for anything after that. Now, it doesn't mean that after March 2nd, you can't apply either. So if you apply after March 2nd, you will be awarded money that's sort of like left over. So that's why you want to put in your application from October 1st to March 2nd, because that's where you still have a good pot of money where based on your need, you'll be able to be given the most money that's available for you, okay? Now, if you want to use your VA education benefits and you haven't applied yet, you want to go to ebenefits.va.gov. There is an open application, no deadline to apply. It definitely is just ongoing. So, any questions? If you do have questions, you can always reach out to ELAC Financial Aid. Their website is there. That's a very long website to have to type in. So what you can do, what I always do, Google it. So Google ELAC Financial Aid. It'll take you directly to their financial aid office, ELAC Financial Aid. There's the Veterans Resource Center. That's us. So if you have questions for us, you can reach out to us. I do have to say that that's the wrong email address. It's actually http http://veterans.elac.edu. But our number is correct there, 323-415-5052. And again, I am Jessica Peak, your Veterans Counselor and VRC Director. My email is peakj@elac.edu. And you can always reach out to me anytime as well if you have any questions, especially regarding the decision about should I use financial aid now, later? Should I use my GI Bill now or later? those are definitely questions I can help you work through. And we'll consider all those other factors that we discussed earlier in helping you decide. And if I can't help you decide, then we can send you off to others who may have more expertise, who may have more advice to give you. But definitely, there are so many resources out there and knowledgeable people out there who we are connected to who can help guide you through financing your education. So, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Okay, so that is the end of our presentation. And if you have any questions, like I mentioned, reach out to us. And I would definitely encourage you to explore all of the options that you have available to help you pay for your school. Try to put out the least amount out of your pocket as possible. And there are ways to do that. You just have to know where to go. So if you don't know where to go, even after this presentation, reach out and ask. And we're more than happy to guide you through any of these resources and programs and organizations that are out there for you. So thank you on behalf of our Veterans Resource Center. We hope you have an amazing fall 2021 semester. And we look forward to seeing you, whether it is online or in person. We are open every day, Monday through Thursday, from 9 to 4:30. I'm sorry, 9 to 5:30. And then on Fridays, we're open from 9 until 4:30. So we hope to see you either here or in person soon. Thanks. Bye.